my banker friend said to me, by the way, he was a client at the time I was working for him. He was the chief financial officer in Credit Suisse. And he said, I love what you're doing, but I'm going to leave the bank and I'm going to go and start a business with my friend who owns a bunch of care homes. And what you're talking about in this context could be directly applicable to what he's trying to achieve in the care sector. And I said, great, let's have a conversation. And I can still remember it to this day. It's a classic. I've got the napkin from the hotel bar where we wrote down what we were going to do, and I sketched out how long it was going to take and how much it was going to cost. And I've still got it, and it's all true. So I'm holding on to that. Okay, so artificial intelligence. There are lots of use cases, areas where it can apply in the care sector. I'm going to go top to bottom, and I'm going to say these are more obvious to more difficult, and then I'll expand on them afterwards. So the first one is language. I said at the beginning that this island of an infinite number of people can speak any language. It's true. But artificial intelligence can quite happily convert English to Sultana, your point about Gujarati, I love it. We can go from English to Gujarati and back again. The only problem is, no, I'm not going to tell you, I'll wait till the end. However, what we don't yet have live and up and running on working is a seamless backwards and forwards language translation. What we have is, I think it's 10 that we've tested. So obviously we're based on English. We can do German, French, Finnish, Spanish, Gujarati, Arabic, any language. And I think that's going to go some way towards helping overcome the problem that I know you heard about this morning, which was there aren't enough people available with the right skills who can speak English as a first language in the sector. Great. Artificial intelligence helps sort that out. It's not perfect, but it's a long way forward from where we are right now. Next, care plans. Our system will draft a care plan, but you've got to tell it first, this resident has these pre-existing medical conditions, they like this, they're vegetarian, they're Hindu, they went to school in, I don't know, etc. Anyway, you've got to ask some structured questions, and then it will generate the care plan. Now I come to a very important point here, which I'm going to come back to again later. That's the concept of the human in the loop. Now, if you look at the Information Commissioner Officer's website, which is the only thing we've got to go on in the UK in terms of government guidance, it's not regulation. European Union have regulated, the UK have not. What the UK guidance is that artificial intelligence should have a human in the loop. Don't take a care plan that's generated by your favoured large language model, ChatGPT or whatever, and go with that without looking at it first. Absolutely right, that's the human in the loop. Now the other point that's relevant here is that many people look at artificial intelligence, they read the headlines and they go, we're all out of a job. Not true. Artificial intelligence is going to make us all, and I include myself, 10 times more productive. We will be able to do a 10 times better job with the same amount of time and the same number of arms and legs and the same number of people, but we've got AI doing a lot of the mundane and the boring stuff. CQC inspections that we can get hours, actually I'm going to be honest with you, you can all do it. Large language model to look on the internet and say, look at the new CQC inspection framework and tell me how my care home is doing. And it will tell you. And it will say, this looks okay. This could be outstanding. This is a gap. To your point, you know, there's some observations or some emails gaps or whatever. Great. That is a good example of AI helping us as humans focus on the important stuff. Think also about the other example that's maybe 5 years old, where the artificial intelligence would look up hundreds of thousands of screening for breast care images and say to the doctor making the decision, don't bother looking at those, focus on those. 10%, 5%, the most relevant ones. Brilliant. So now you've got 10 times the value, 10 times the focus on the stuff that's most important. That's another good example. Chat. Now I love chat. I'm sure you've all seen, maybe you've played with Chat GPT. GPT is the engine that sits behind chat. Chat is the interface where you say, at the moment you type, please give me an example of, I don't know, a story written about a care home in the style of Eminem. Sure, ChatGPT will do that for you in a heartbeat. And now GPT-4, which is more about visually recognizing and generating images.